Many have risen. Many have fallen. But there is only one. Champion. Tonight, they rise. Heroes. Villains. Gods. The world has changed. But there will still be only one champion.
Hey! Alright, I apparently have a million windows open. That's not the one I want. Botched the beginning. Alright. Alright, glad you guys like that. Awesome. So let's jump into this show and get popping. Let's see how we're starting out. Send it into Botchamania. Wow. Alright, we're starting off with the Chief, boys. It's going down. This is called The Fall. We're not wasting any time. Takes place someplace else. The first thing you're going to notice that I want to point out is the lack of brackets. We've dropped the brackets. We're getting them out. We're back to more traditional style. So we're starting off with Judgment Day. We're in the dead of night, just after the apocalypse was averted. Humanity slept easy, unaware of how close they came to the end of the world. But in the night sky, something strange was happening. Pale blue orbs illuminate the pitch black in their number, falling at a rate of knots towards the ground. With giant thuds, each one impacts powerfully, sending dirt and rubble flying into the air. The noise in the area is powerful and intense. And when they finally fade, the blue orb, we see who they are. Odin, Zeus, Anubis, Themis, Shezmu, Xochipilli, Shiva, and Ahriman. Yes, I'm going to mispronounce all of these names as we go through this. The list goes on. This is the fall of the gods. Odin, he turns to his fellow gods. They're all shocked. And he says it cannot be. And Zeus says he chose them, Odin. He was told not to interfere. He sought Zeus's counsel, I suppose. This may be Odin talking. He knew what would happen if he dared to step between them and their fate. So I guess humanity was supposed to die. Zeus grabs Odin by the throat, but he has no power. No thunder, no lightning, no aggressive show of godly force. And he looks at his hand in shock, surprised that he's weak. Odin, an old man, simply stands shaking his head and says, "We're powerless, you fool. Yahweh has taken over the tap room. People believe in him now." Zeus asks, "What do we do?" "Well, we head to Elysium Fields, regroup, and keep our heads down. If it finds us, we won't survive." Damn it! What is it? Who is it? How is it? Why is it? Stephen King crossover confirmed. That is an intro, ladies and gentlemen. Something is coming. Who or what is it? Maybe we'll find out tonight, maybe we won't, but now we're going to head into a segment with Vengeance and Tommaso Vitali entitled Cease Fire. We get the entrance of Tommaso Vitali. He's ready to fight, but he's got his men with him, his associates. He wanted some time before his match to say something. And he says, "I'm sorry, V." He's sorry for whatever he thinks that his family has done to him. He's sorry, but this slaughter of my friends, my family's got to stop. A friend of mine has been missing for 3 weeks, and I know that you know where I can find him. Tommy and Tony, they've taken a step forward as Tommaso continues. He has a family, a wife and 2 little girls. He made a poor decision and decided to turn his back on us, but he doesn't deserve death. Tony's eyes furrow on the back of Tommy's head, remembering their original task from the boss. Oh, and we get Symphony No. 9 by Dvorak. A scream is heard throughout the arena, and Vengeance is here. He's got a piece of paper. He gets the mic, and he says, "I hold in my hand the address to where I left Frankie. If you think you're worthy of being trusted with the address, then show me. Show me what you're made of, kid. They're gonna fight. It's time. It is time. It's time for them to fight." As we go into the match, Vengeance versus Tommaso Vitali. Great underrated story from this month. Great stuff. As the bell sounds, Tommaso crosses himself. He's pumped up. He's ready to go. They lock up. But Vengeance takes the upper hand. He bends him backwards with his size and power. He releases him. Elbow smash. Vengeance charges in. Gets another clothesline. Tommaso's out to the floor. Vengeance heads in. But here come the flunkies. Vengeance points at them, but he grabs Vitali and sends him into the barricade. But Vitali crashes. He dodges a big boot. Vengeance is crouched on the barricade as the fans pat him and yell at him. What kind of fans come to the tap room? That's the question I want to know. Can we interview them? Vitali gets to his feet, taking a moment to catch his breath. He rushes in, nails him with another big boot. V falls off the barricade into the ringside area. Tommaso lifts him up, rolls him into the ring. He gets a cover, one, but a kick out. Vengeance isn't even close to being done. Vitali leaps on top, hooks his head, wraps his legs around him. The dragon sleeper. He calls that sleep with fish. Vengeance. He reaches out for some sort of reprieve, but Vitali yanks in the hold. Vengeance starts pulling apart the arms of Vitali. He flings him over. They're both up to their feet. Super kick. The kick up to Vengeance. But no, Vengeance caught that son of a bitch. He traps the leg, hooks the waist, delayed German suplex into the bridge. He gets a 1. He gets a 2, but a kick out. Vitali works his way back to his feet, but Vengeance has come for him. Crack! The sound of Vengeance's hand connecting with the flesh of Vitali's chest echoes throughout the arena. A chop. Vengeance nails him with 3 more. Crack, crack, crack. Vitali's chest is beat red. Shotgun blast, that's what he calls those. Vengeance pulls himself in, hooks the arms, pulls him up into the package power bomb, called Suspicious Package. Vengeance makes a cover. 1, 2. No, it got kicked out. Vitali's breathing heavy as Vengeance looks down on him with mild surprise. Just a little surprise. Before he rises to his feet and barks at him to do the same. Vitali begins climbing up Vengeance. While Tommy reaches into Vengeance's pocket, Vengeance stops him with a stiff right hand as blood begins to pour from his nose. Vengeance has got the arm of Vitali. He spins him out, yanks him close for the ripcord knee. He calls that down and out. Vitali slumps to the mat as Vengeance covers. 1, 2, is this it? No, it's not. Vitali kicks out with passion. These guys are going at it. They've got a lot on the line here. Vengeance hits the ropes, rushes towards Vitale. The Claymore click. I can't talk tonight. And I just really went into a bad accent there. He calls that the 10-7. Vitale does a flip in midair before slamming to the mat with a thud. Cover. 1. Is this it? 2. It is it. 3. He got him. Vengeance takes the win. Looks down at Vitale with a smirk. And he pulls out the piece of paper and stuffs it into Vitale's mouth. He rolls out as the thugs, the flunkies, get that piece of paper. You're in my head. All right. What's next? The Chief is next again. Damn it. Firing hard. The bench 3. This is what we all came for. Who's on the bench? Brightness. We're in the park, fixated on the bench. We've been here before. It's the bench. And we resume from where we were last time. As the Chief says, because all along you were designed for that purpose. And there is a bellow of laughter. And he says, or I guess it's a he, it says he, then why have I done the things I've done? Tell me that. He's disbelieving, whoever's on the bench. The Chief understands and says, because had you not, you wouldn't be fit for the fight. You had to acquire a taste for the violence you've perpetuated to be able to save the world from what comes next. To be, you've had to become. You've had to live in the shadows, fight in light, and overcome the taste for blood. I don't expect you to be decent. I don't expect you to be a moral compass. That isn't what's required to save us all. He says, are you asking me to save gods? The Chief says, yes, he wants to save the gods. He's asking him to save all of them if he can. What comes next won't care about gods or men. When it comes, it'll slaughter them all. The burden of my decision weighs heavily on me, and in saving humanity from the apocalypse, I've betrayed an oath so powerful, so life-altering that everything and everyone is in danger. The Chief stands up and says, go to the tap room. Join the fight and you'll understand your purpose. Whew. He may be coming to the tap room tonight. It's going down. As we're going to get us a segment here called The Hounds of War with Luther Creed, Redmond Quinn, Isaac Danvers, and King Arthur. Just after midnight in an old military bunker, we find the revolution. Quinn is in his office, quietly preparing a lecture for his students. Probably about some sort of minutia. In a meeting room just down the hall, we find Luther Creed at the head of a long table. He's got his advisors there, 2 on each side. The hounds think they can defeat us before the match even happens, Creed says. Danvers might be a psychopath, and Arthur might be a zombified motherfucking king. I like that. But neither of them are stupid. They started with mind games, and they're going to finish it that way. So they need to brainstorm some ways to throw some mind grenades back at them. The usual moves we make won't hit home with them. The first advisor makes a suggestion. Well, they keep wanting to talk about what lies beneath. Well, let's show them what lies beneath. Rip it out of them. He says, we're not going to dissect him. We're not going to go round for round with these guys. The other man says we got to finish them. And Quinn's in the room. And rightfully points out that it occurs to him that if the men are attempting to come up with a solution for Danvers and Arthur, it's possible that you're considering it from the wrong angle. Creed wants to know how. Quinn, I love you, to Luther, but not every battle's a war. We've been chosen, or he's been chosen by Yahweh to fight for him in a real war. Arthur and Danvers may be in that war as well, but this thing is just a battle, and we'll resolve it in the ring. Luther also rightfully points out that they cut Redmond Quinn open. They were turning him into an organ donor. That isn't some just a battle type shit. But something's going on. Somebody's running down the hall. Help, help, he's gone crazy. One of the Revolution. He's got blood all over him. He's killing everybody. What's going on? Luther and his boys got their guns. Quinn hesitantly draws his. Who is killing them? Creed wants to know. Danvers, Arthur. The man says he's killing everybody in their sleep. And he points at Creed and Quinn. He's howling for you. What does that mean? The Revolution and the top guys run out into the meeting room. They run down the stairs, down into the basement. This is intense. They run into the basement. It's a small barrack for new recruits. All kinds of cots in there. Could hold 20 recruits, but 19 of the beds are dripping with blood, and 18 of them, 18 men lay dead. One man's bed is clean, and he stands in the middle of the room. He wears the Revolution black. He's got a butcher's knife in his hand, and he wears the mask of Anubis. He says, turn their insides out. Show my liege and I what lies beneath them. That's what he told me to do. So that's what I did. Bang! Redmond Quinn steps up. Redmond Quinn shoots the man in the mask. Straight through the head. What a shot. Creed grabs him by the arm and says, do you think this is still a battle? Intense segment here. Hell yeah. Is that Pat here? That's what I like to see. Quinn just killed him a man. Is he still here? Matt's still here. What do you think about that? Redmond Quinn killed him a man. Great stuff. And now we're going to see him fight. It's time for these boys to go at it. The Revolution and the Hounds. Redmond Quinn became a man. All right, so it seems like Creed and Danvers are going to start off. They lock it up in the center of the ring. But Danvers, the big hulking plague doctor, gets the better with a big headbutt. He almost shoved his beak into Creed's eye. Creed gets clotheslined out of his boots and blasted over the top rope. The referee actually does some work and tries to keep Danvers from going after him. Arthur steps off the ropes and slides towards Creed, hits the King's Crossing, the running knee strike. Arthur steps away as Quinn rushes over to check on his partner. Quinn rolls into the ring to take his place. Lucha rules. Danvers goes for the clothesline on him just like he did with Creed. But the back body drop onto the floor, or onto the apron, I guess. Quinn's back up to his feet, but Danvers with a big forearm strike. He goes to step back into the ring, but Creed is grabbing at his foot. Danvers kicks down and kicks him off. He turns back towards the ring before he's blasted by a European uppercut that sends Danvers off the apron and into the barricade. Danvers is up. Creed rams him back with a huge STO. Quinn's out of the ring, grabs Danvers into the ring with a cover. 1, 2, broken up. Arthur broke up the pinfall. Hip tosses Quinn. As Danvers gets the tag out, Arthur's in. He's intense. I imagine King Arthur's always intense. The tutor throws a punch right into the midsection. Arthur with a knee lift. The king wraps up into a knee bar. Guinevere's Grace. Arthur is really torquing in on the knee of Quinn. He drives a hand down into the midsection, right on the stitches from the incision. Brutal. Quinn, he starts the motion for a tap out, but Creed is there. He drops an elbow from the top rope. They're broken up. The hold has been broken. He nails the Death Valley Driver, the civil disobedience. Creed drags Quinn across Arthur. He rolls out of the ring and gets a 1, a 2. But no, King Arthur got out at the last second. Both of them are slow to their feet. The king kicks Quinn right in the midsection. He grabs him, but Quinn rolls up in a schoolboy. 1, 2, but no. Arthur is back up, drives a knee into the side of Quinn's head. He whips him into the corner. Tag to Isaac Danvers, the plague doctor. 2 quick jabs to the ribs. He's got the lobotomy, the vice grip on Quinn, but a missile drop kick from Creed stops that. Both Danvers and Quinn are down, but Quinn is in his corner with the tag. Here is Luther Creed. Danvers gets to his feet, gets hit with a huge spear, the hot tag to Luther Creed. Arthur's in. He gets the big boot on the chin. Creed grabs Danvers, but Danvers backs him into the corner. Creed takes the big clothesline and staggers out. Danvers hits him with the Cure, the elbow smash. Danvers has got him into a cover. Isaac Danvers has him covered. 1, 2, is this it? It is it. 3. Team Dead pick up a win here tonight. But will they be able to sustain and survive in the chain reaction match later on? Great work. Big congrats to both the winners here tonight. As we move on to, another segment with Vengeance and Tommaso Vitale, entitled Zoe. It's the debut of Enzo Amore in OSW. Shivering. There's a man wrapped in a blanket shivering on a porch. It's Frankie, and he's seen better days. He's got a cauterized scar across his chest. A man steps out of the car that has just pulled up. He's balding, slightly rotund, and with a 5 o'clock shadow. The man puts his hands on top of the car and looks at Frankie and says, "Shit." The man's got a bottle of liquor. He takes a swig from it. He walks around the car and hands it to Frankie, who slowly takes a drink. I don't have a good feeling about this segment. Frankie clears his throat and says, "Thank you, Lorenzo." And Lorenzo says, "No, call me Zoe." Lorenzo holds Frankie as he begins to cry. And he says, "I didn't mean to talk, Zoe. He did terrible things to me." And he's got that huge V slash across his chest. Zoe covers his mouth, has a pained expression on his face. But then he reaches into his breast pocket and pulls out a small pistol. "Zoe, you gotta believe me. Frank doesn't want to die." Lorenzo turns around and raises the pistol and shoots him. That's the second gunshot we've had in this show. It echoes as Frankie falls back onto the steps of the porch. Single bullet hole on his temple is shown as he slumped back. Lorenzo takes a picture with his phone and begins dialing and says, "It's done, boss." He takes his bottle back from the dead man and says he's just about to dispose of the body, just like the others. As he drags him towards the car, he mutters under his breath, "Just like the rest." Man, that sucks. How bad is the stream lagging? I don't have any drop frames. I had a ton on the pre-show, but I changed my bit rate, so hopefully it's not as much of a problem for everybody. All right, let's move on. Maybe. There we go. Looks like we've got a segment with Team Yahweh, Brucey, Devon, Game Boy, and Creed, entitled Assessed. We're back to that light place where they began Yahweh's trials. No being, merely pure light. The place where Yahweh resides. The halfway house between earth and heaven. But it's in this place that we find our 4 souls. They're only floating as light. Game Boy, Devon, Bruce, and Luther. It's just their voices that allow us to determine which beam of light they are. Bonus level, one of the 4 voices beams, obviously Game Boy. Van Chan says, "Is this heaven? The final trial is death?" He's calm and collected, seeming unwavered despite this conclusion. Will he finally get to see his family again? Poor Brucey. Just want him to see his family again. But a voice fills the void before the others can chime in. It's the source of the light. It is Yahweh. And he says, "My children, of whom I am well pleased." Silence. Reverent silence. Each of the 4 beams of light remaining still. You have been tried and tested. Throughout the trials, you have been assessed in your faith. He allowed Lucifer himself to attempt to break them, just as he did with Job. But the Prince of Darkness will never learn. True faith is unshakable. Just as Job did, you kept believing. But more than that, you leaned on each other when the bond could have been broken. For that I am well pleased. 4 beams of light. seem to have a dance of celebration. But Yahweh's not done. You've passed the trials. Firstly, to learn to need each other. And secondly, to learn to trust each other. Even when your minds were toyed with, you did not lose the faith. Your bond is stronger because of these trials. And what God has put together, let no man tear asunder. The war that is ahead, you will need each other now more than ever. My chosen few, the fields are ripe unto harvest. You are all that stands in defense. Outlast the enemies at the gate in the name of Yahweh who brings you life. Game Boy, Devon, Bruce, and Luther. The prideful Yahweh speaks. Each of you has been gifted with a set of unique gifts and abilities. No two of you are the same. This difference is what brings you strength. You are 4 links of the same chain. A chain that they will try to break. You cannot let them. The time for everything and the time for war is nigh upon us. Go now. Go in the strength of the one true Lord. Very Yahweh-ish speech. All right, so we have got a match. It's Red Wing versus the Outcast, Jigsaw, and Heath Solman. Jigsaw has worked very hard to destroy the mind of Red Wing, but tonight the Cape Crusader will get his chance for revenge. But you'll have to notice he waits alone in the ring. Something is still not quite right with everything that has happened in this storyline. Pow! Starts with a bang. Solman. He nails Red Wing with a huge forearm. But Heath Solman's alone as he storms the ring. Red Wing ducks a follow-up shot, throwing his opponent into the corner. If you'll remember, Solman didn't know where Jigsaw was the last time we saw them. Red Wing roars out, "Where is Jigsaw?" Solman retorts, "You know where he is." What the hell's going on? Red Wing staggers back just in time for a lariat from Solman. Solman mounts the Red Knight and begins laying in, and he says, "I saw you take him. You told me he was going to get what he deserved." Red Wing throws Solman back into the ropes, twisting himself to a knee to duck another lariat attempt. Solman rebounds and leaps at Red Wing. Spinebuster, the Cape Crusader's on a mission. He will not be deterred. And he says, "You're lying." He doesn't doubt it. Who's telling the truth here? Did Red Wing take Jigsaw? Or is Solman spinning a game on Jigsaw's behalf? Forearm! Is this another game? Another forearm! Take my suit and try to ruin my name? Forearm again. Where is Jigsaw? But Solman grabs the last forearm. Solman kicks Red Wing off and both men are back to their feet. Red Wing is determined. Solman is confused. And he says, "We didn't take your damn suit. Jigsaw's no thief. He just wanted to break you, make you go mad, exploit you where you were weak." Red Wing finally starts to listen and says, "Then why were you snooping at the Kirby house?" Jigsaw says, "Who the hell are the Kirbys?" Jigsaw just wanted me to tail you and distract you so he could plant a tracker in your suit. A tracker? Red Wing doesn't like that. He finally gives in to his anger, rushes in. Solman tries to fight, but Red Wing is leveled up. Brainbuster to Solman on the knee. They call that the new justice. But Red Wing's not done. He picks Solman up, twists the arm, and he nails the cutthroat driver that he calls Hush. He killed him with fire. Heath Solman is dead on the mat, figuratively speaking. Red Wing looks at the ref, who's been just as confused as everybody else, and puts his foot on Solman's chest. 1, 2, 3. It's academic after the kill it with fire move. Red Wing has beaten Heath Solman. He reaches to his sleek utility belt, draws out a small device, and he scans most of his body, and he pulls off a small inconspicuous device, the tracker. The Cape Crusader seems to have a light bulb go off in his head as he runs from the ring with a mission. Can he reverse engineer this tracker to find Jigsaw? Will we find out later tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Great stuff there. I probably shouldn't say that because I shouldn't mark out for my own stuff. Alright, anyway. The Chief is back. Hell yeah. Alright, let's see. And this is entitled The Key. All right. Oh, we're in Jerusalem. Hidden underground in a bunker, a man in a large red cloak, his face hidden. He's reading in Latin before painted hieroglyphics. I'm not going to read that Latin. And a large glowing light, not white, suddenly appears before him. It's the chief. He's come through a portal from heaven to earth. A rare appearance on this plane since Judgment Day. And he says, Solomon, is that you? Oh shit, it is! Hell yeah, Solomon Rhodes. I didn't know this was happening. So he is Solomon Rhodes. He bows before the chief. Chief says, stand, my child. I'm very glad to hear from you. We've not spoken for the longest time. And Rhodes says, I'm sorry, but I've been all over the globe in my mission. But he's found it. He's actually found it. The chief says the key to Lucifer's cage. How? Hell yeah. Solomon says that's of little importance at the moment. Okay. What I have to tell you will reshape your entire perspective. Lucifer isn't what you think he is. He isn't the evil you long abhorred, because he has become everything he's become has been because of you. You did this to him. You created the monster. Ooh. Revelation. Yahweh doesn't understand. He's shocked. Solomon says, it's a lot to take in. Please let me explain. With the information in my possession, everything will become clear. The chief nods, taking a seat, and Rhodes joins him. And we cut away. Damn it. We don't get to see what it is. But he's found the key to Lucifer's cage. Now we get a seg with Gallows Lynch, Isaac Danvers, King Arthur, and Rain, entitled Discord. If you recall, these gentlemen aren't getting along very well. I know that's shocking. Arthur is alone backstage, taking a silent moment of reflection before the battle he has ahead of him. But Rain is there, and he says, I'm sorry to bother you, but I needed to speak with you. Arthur lets Rain continue, and Rain says, you were once an honorable king, but why do the voices warn me? Warn you from what? Isaac Danvers says as he runs into the scene, or lumbers, I guess, wedging himself between Rain and Arthur. The good doctor grabs Rain by the jacket and says, as I told Mr. Lynch, there will be no discord sown. Rain frees himself and pushes Danvers back. But they're not alone. There's two more there. Shiva, Anubis, the gods they've sworn themselves to are there. But as the good doctor comes at Rain, Shesmu is there. Gallows Lynch gets in the middle of them and says, are you mad? They're all here with their gods. The gods have exposed themselves. Gallows Lynch says, let's work together tonight and win it all, then you two can tear each other apart. Danvers nods and says, that's the best idea I've heard from you. Maybe we can be friends after all. Arthur steps forward to hold out his fist and says, together we shall win the day, and our foes will tremble at thine victory. The misfit has a pretty big grin on his face as they all agree. But Gallows says, no thanks to you. I brought this team together. You'd better not ruin this. But Shiva is there and says, I told you, my child, all they needed was a reason to unite. You sowed discord and gave them that reason. And now it's time to take this team of outcasts and win it all. Rain sowed the discord in his team. He used it to bring them together. They're more united than ever. Their gods are there. Team Death is ready to win. Chain reaction. Hell yeah. What's next? Oh shit. Are we here? Are we to the world title match? It's time. It's time. Are y'all still here? Y'all still better be here. Damn it. Mel's not here, I don't think. He better show back up. All right, here it is. Let's see what we got for the World Championship. It's going down. Good luck to both of you. It's the unstoppable champion, the insolvable riddle. Many call the very thought of Edward Newton a living nightmare. But sometimes it takes a horror show to reveal to the world how terrible it can truly be. Can David Manson do what no man has ever done? Or will he just be another man who couldn't solve Edward Newton? The Riddler is here. He's focused. He's focused. He heads towards the canvas where he is king. But there's a fan. He grabs him. Thick red mist into his eyes. It's the Nightmare himself, Manson from the crowd. Newton tries to unblind himself, but it's too late. He's stunned by a headbutt. Huge kick to the stomach sends Newton into the concrete wall. The Riddler's on the floor. Manson is in there, driving the back of his head into the wall. This is starting with a bang. Edward, trying to escape, thumbs Manson's eye to try to get to his feet. Newton lands a hard knee to Manson's jaw, rocks him just enough to hook him underneath one arm. He goes for the never, but a low blow. Manson punts the Riddler right in the jewels. Newton drops to his knees in pain. Manson backs up, eyes the champion for a running kick to the face, but he stops mid-run. His gaze has went to something dropped on the floor. Manson has a sadistic smile as he picks up the object of his fancy, the OSW heavyweight title. Manson stares down at the gold for a moment before rushing forward and delivering a sickening home run shot to the skull. The gold busts Newton open. Blood drips down the champ's face. Manson goes after him again. He tosses the belt to the referee, who just wants Manson to go to the ring. The match hasn't even started yet. Manson ignores him, watching patiently as Newton pulls himself up before rushing forward once more. And he Yakuza kicks Newton's right through the thick metal doors. Newton's in the backstage area. The damn metal dents from the force of the impact. The Riddler tries to get to his feet, but Manson just keeps stalking him. Stiff kick to the ribs sends him sliding into the wall with a crash. Manson pulls him up by his lapels. Riddler tries to fight back, but another headbutt takes all the fight out of Newton. Manson continues with a flurry of headbutts. The Riddler is bleeding all over the face of the Nightmare. Manson grins. He stops the assault before he rushes forward and throws Newton through a nearby plate glass window. Glass is everywhere as the Riddler is slumped across the window still. He's barely awake, let alone alive. Damn. Manson looks at his handiwork. The champ is a bloody, broken mess before he snaps his finger as the family members come rushing in. On Manson's signal, they lift the limp Edward Newton high. They follow him down like a procession. The broken Riddler gets thrown into the ring. Manson casually up onto the apron, and he hooks the outside leg for the cover, leaving nothing to chance. 1, 2, 3. That's no more. Oh, did he get him after that brutal assault? Brutal assault. Oh. All right, but there's more. Newton kicked out. It was never going to be that easy. As we enter the staple of OSW live shows, false finishes. Manson grimaces. He's pissed, but he pulls the Riddler to his feet. Newton slips out, peppers him with lefts and rights. It's not going to end here. Newton rushes into the ropes, but he goes right into a massive lariat. Manson, he's ready to go to work. He shakes his head at Newton, who's trying to pull himself up. The Nightmare thrusts Newton between his legs. Double underhook. The nightmarish horror show. The running double underhook. Pile driver. Newton spiked into the mat. His blood inks the canvas. A lateral press. 1. Could this be it? 2. The streak may well be over. 3. What the hell? David Manson's done it. The endless nightmare has come true. He destroyed Edward Newton, new world heavyweight champion, with barely an ounce of offense from the Riddler. Is it 70-1? 70-1. Nobody trusts it. This is what Dean has created. Is this it? Still don't know. Never trust it till the show is over. Oh, man. We've got some erections here. Did David Manson do what no one else could ever do? Whooping Newton's ass so hard. No, he didn't. He didn't do it. Newton's foot were on the ropes. On the ropes. Manson can't believe it. He's up to his feet with a wide grin on his face, but he's furious. The ref gets taken down. No, Manson doesn't do it. He swallows his rage. He doesn't want to give the Riddler an opening. Manson turns hard right at the champ, but it's blocked. Newton has caught it. Newton looks up. Bloodied mess. His suit is dyed dark red, but his eyes are wide open. He stares holes deep into Manson that make even the Nightmare flinch in shock. The Riddler has his second wind. He's in the zone. Pushes Manson away. He urges Manson forward with one hand. Excuse me. Manson rushes forward. Newton ducks the Yakuza kick. Rears up, uppercutting Manson right in the bollocks. Manson drops. Newton sizes him up. Oh, double knees to the face. Manson stumbles back to his feet. Newton spins him around. He lifts him high into the air, but a pair of hands pull Dave back down to the canvas. The Nightmare family members are here. But the champ is ready. He nails him with lefts and rights, clotheslines, headbutts, elbow. The mass of humanity roll out to the floor, each scalp firing up the Riddler, as he nails the last one with an almighty kick to the side of the head before turning around into the world title on his skull. World title to the skull. The Nightmare family was a distraction. Manson almost dented the gold with the force from that blow. But Newton doesn't even go down. Manson pulls him in, runs forward. Another horror show. He got all of it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, man. Manson has taken Edward Newton to the limit. Zach promised false finishes, and we're getting them. No, it's not 3. It's not 3. Newton is kicked out once more. The Riddler is standing up. He's not going to take the fall. Manson is ripping his own hair out. He's frustrated. He pulls Newton up, but the Riddler slips out. Kick to the gut. The Nevermind. The jumping implant DDT. It's got to be it. Newton has this one. He collapses down every ounce of energy sapped from him. 1, 2, 3. Newton gets a 3 count. Don't crap your pants, please. I mean, I guess I don't care because I'm not there. Does Newton get the win off the Nevermind? How many matches has he won with that move? Word restraints. Only Zach knows how many false finishes this match has. Well, and Dean, I guess. What a match. Great work, Zach, thus far. I assume that it will still be good. It's always nice to know what's about to happen. But was it 3? Hell no, it wasn't. Manson's got the shoulder up. Newton starts chuckling, shaking his hand. There's nothing left. He's covered in crimson. It's not a crimson mask, it's a crimson suit. Complete exhaustion. Cowering every muscle, but he fights up, forcing himself to find some way to retain all that he cares about. Newton is up to his feet as Manson staggers to his, both men nearing their utter limits. Fury in their eyes, they rush forward. Left by Newton, right by Manson, right, left, right, left. Every blow takes a little of whatever energy these men had left. Newton fumbles a right that Manson just dodges. Backing up. The Spartan kick. Newton gets sent flying through the ropes. Manson grabs him on the rebound, lifting him up high. He goes for the horror show, but no. Newton in midair. He nails the Nevermind. He spikes Manson down on the mat. Newton collapses, spent completely. 1, 2, 3. It's over. It's over. Edward Newton retains. Edward Newton, always able to persevere. You guys need to charge your phones. That's about all how many people have said their phones are about to die? Come on, people. It's over. Newton is retained, but no. Manson is pulled out of the ring. The Nightmare family members, they part like a sea. The Red Sea. Eli Forever is here. Eli is here. Eli pulls Manson up. He stares the Nightmare down, but he nods his head and tells him to roll into the ring. Newton is on his feet as he drills Manson with a right hand. A stiff elbow to the side of the head from the fresh Eli drops Newton. Eli tells Manson to pull Newton up as he grabs the Fallen World title from the canvas. I don't like this. Manson holds Newton in place as Eli backs up. He rushes forward, and he smashes the gold into Manson's face. Newton rolled out of the way. No, he doesn't. Forever betrayed him. Forever straight betrayed Manson. Manson is busted open. Newton stomps down his hand as he reaches out. Edward forcibly drags him to his feet. The Nevermind. He covers. 1, 2. Didn't Forever cost Manson the championship? Yes, he did. It's over. Ding, ding, ding. The bell is sounded. Eli Forever cost David Manson the world championship. Against the odds, he retains thanks to the help of an old enemy. Eli Forever has betrayed David Manson. What does this mean? What a great match. Congrats to the handlers. Congrats to Zach for riding it. But once again, 71-0 for Edward Newton. Ah, what a match. Great, great match. Eli Forever had to get involved. This means Edward Newton was right. He was right when he said that Eli would turn on Manson. And yes, David Manson is not done. David Manson still has to wrestle later tonight, coexisting with the man that just cost him the championship. Whoa. What a match. Mel, I'm glad you're here for this. Glad to have you here. Whew. I'm going to get another Powerade. I'm going to run out. I'm ready. I'm set for the rest of the show. Did anybody count the false finishes in this? Will we get more of them later? Oh shit, Damo is here. All right, awesome. We've got more show, so I'm going to take a swig and we're going to keep going. What is... It's the damn chief again. The chief, entitled The Cage. Oh, snap. Is this the second half of what we just saw? Hell, fire, and brimstone. In the deepest, darkest pit beneath hell, surrounded by lava and fire, an indestructible cage sits within the flames. We hear footsteps approaching. It's the chief. He approaches the fiery cage. He puts a hand against it as the flames subside. Inside, blood and viscera everywhere. Lux Bellator hangs on hooks, bleeding profusely from every orifice. His once white mask is stained a horrid red. His eyes are rolled back into his head. He can't die here, but he wishes he could. Stood before him is Lucifer in the form of Noah. "Hey, Pops," Lucifer says. "It's been a long time since I had some company that wasn't a muttering, mumbling, screaming mess. This putrid creature wails like a banshee." The chief is disappointed, and he says, "I came to apologize to you, son. I knew you'd torture him, but I'm ashamed to see you enjoy it so." Lucifer cackles and says, "You don't apologize for anything." But the chief admits, "I did this to you. I turned you into this monster. I'm sorry for that. I thought you could handle it. I thought you, my most fierce lieutenant, would be able to fight it. I was wrong. It amplified everything you hated, everything you loathed, and turned you into this vile, jealous, horrid creature. Then I banished you here. I'm a terrible father, but you must believe me, I thought you could handle it." "Well, you were wrong, weren't you?" Lucifer says. "The great big power in the sky was wrong. Well, what do you want? The cage is locked, you're not getting in, and he's not getting out. But the chief has got the key." And that gets Noah's attention. And he says, "But if you want out and back to your kingdom, I have terms." Cut, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Does that mean that Lux Bellator could be the one on the bench? All right. What is up next? Oh, it's a segment. Red Wing Jigsaw. It's entitled Terror. We're at an abandoned office building. It's the abandoned office building where Jigsaw killed 9 people. Crash. Red Wing kicks down the doors. He's still filled with rage after his destruction of Heath Solman. He charges into the building and roars out for Jigsaw. The tracker must have led him here. There's no answer. But as he charges deeper in, he finds a shocking scene. Jigsaw is bound to a chair. His clothes are in shreds. Dried blood covers most of his body. Some fresh wounds pouring out. Standing above him is a man wearing the stolen prototype suit of Red Wing. He's got a knife in his hand. "Who the hell is this?" And he says, "You took my sister." And he slices Jigsaw's chest. "My fiancée." And he hoists the knife in the air, but Red Wing grabs it. The 2 men lock eyes, and Red Wing stands back in shock as he recognizes the man. It's Jason Richards, the man who survived the explosion at Exodus. Red Wing is shocked. He's shocked. Jason says, "Don't stop me." He heard him. Red Wing promised vengeance to Jason, to justice, and what happened to that? Red Wing takes a step back and Jason throws the knife down. And he says, "No, don't give me any of your bullshit." Jigsaw took everything from him. When he walked out of the hospital, he beat up every 2-bit thug that Jason could find until he got sight of Jigsaw. and he followed him to that house, and he knows what the Kirby house means. That's why he took the suit from Red Wing, so that he could be everything that Red Wing wasn't. Red Wing recognizes that veiled threat and says, "What do you want?" But Richards holds out his hand. "Teach me. Help me let go of this pain. I'll do it your way. We'll turn him over to the cops, but you have to train me. Show me how to do what you do." Red Wing's pissed. His hand has been forced here. But resignation in his voice, he says, "It won't be easy. No more stealing, no more torture. We don't instill terror. We do things by the book." Jason nods. They shake hands, and he says, "I'll help you, Jason." As the other man responds, "Not Jason. Darkwish." Cut. Yes. Darkwish. I hope somebody remembers Darkwish. The alliance has been formed between Darkwish and Red Wing. It's going down. Chris, you've got a sidekick. As we see, a segment with no picture with it. And yes, it is. It is the character I created. Darkwish is me. It's a new character. Holla. Oh, it's Chain Reaction. We are here at Chain Reaction. It is time for Chain Reaction. To answer the question, I will be handling him, but at least for the next month, he's just going to be an NPC because I'm taking on more creative. But it's that time. Who cares about me? Well, except for me, I care about me. 4 teams of 4 men are in the ring. They're ready to go. Who is going to start the inaugural Chain Reaction match? Of course, Xander Zane is the captain of his team. He's going to start. Gallows Lynch will start for his team. Bruce Van Chan for Team Yahweh. Sparrow for Team No Gods. Eli and Manson can barely even look at each other, but they've got to coexist tonight. The bell is rung. This is what we're all here for. Which team of 4 will win Chain Reaction? The inaugural. I hope you guys just didn't see me spill that down my chest. It's a botch. Botchamania. All right, here we go. The match is underway. There's no cagey opening to this bout. Bruce is caught by Gallows, who drives a knee into his midsection. Doubled over. The Hangman goes to work with right and left hands. Zane and Sparrow lock up. Zane sends him across the ring, swinging wildly with a clothesline. But Sparrow ducks. Springboard Hurricane Rana. Xander down to the ground, rolling through the back of Lynch's legs like a bowling ball. Getting back to his knees. Lynch looks up to see the former Vindicator run up his back. Hell yeah, double leg clothesline to Bruce Van Chan in the corner. Sparrow's on fire. Sparrow drops to the floor, rolls over, he catches Lynch with a brutal kick, and he goes into the cover on Lynch for the 1. The 2, but a kick out. The Great Hope gets back to his feet. He turns to find Zane with a boot waiting for his gut. He drives it home. Pulls him straight into a fierce DDT. Zane pops up to see Van Chan in the corner running. The urinage. He slams him down. The Warrior of God looks up at the turnbuckle and leaps atop it. Oh boy, we know what's coming now, don't we? Shot through the heart, and you're to blame, darling. Knees up by the rock star. Zane counters the 450 with the knees. Bruce bounces, but his chest plate took most of the damage. He's back to his feet, but Xander's hurt by the knees. He could have broken his knees. Chan into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. But a foot reaches the back of Van Chan before he can even think about it. Gallows Lynch is not in the mood to screw around. He grabs Bruce up, snags the rope around his neck, and throws him towards the ropes, then pulls back. The short drop. Bruce's neck violently snaps back. Gallows uses the rope and drags him to the corner. Hell yeah, tagging in Rain. The Emperor of Worlds enters the ring and starts stomping down on Bruce, delivering boots. But here comes Sparrow, the last hope, drop kicks Rain back into the corner, slams him against the turnbuckles. He stumbles out with a fierce boot, catching Sparrow as he gets to his feet. Rain pulls him back up and whips him into the ropes, looking for a clothesline, but Sparrow ducks. The Harbinger of Death spins around. Zayn out of nowhere. The stunner, the variation on the mic drop. Zayn is barely able to get back up. Bruce is in the air. The good night, the cutter. Zayn rolls back to the corner. Mysterion is in. He leaps up to the top rope, leaps off with the shooting star press. The DDT to Bruce. Right off the shooting star press, Mysterion with the cover on Bruce. 1, 2, but a kick out from Bruce. Sparrow has brought in Behringer. Behringer meets Mysterion head on, scoops him up, drops him into the spine buster. The Knight's to his feet, he runs Rain into the corner, and he's driving the shoulder into the midsection. Let's see if there's more. There's not more. What a hell of a start to the match. Hell of a start to the match. These boys are bringing the heat, as they say. Hell of a match thus far. Lots of action, and we haven't even had a lot of the people in the match yet. Aha, we've got more. Bruce jumps in with the double axe handle. He pulls him away into the snap suplex. The Angel's back to his feet, but Rain out of the corner with the clothesline. He's got Behringer. He goes for the DDT, but Behringer reverses. Right hand, Mysterion in the air. The punch of doom to Rain. Mysterion leaps through onto the middle rope. Springboard. The powerbomb. Behringer caught him. The Vanquisher. But Behringer is behind Bruce. He rolls up Behringer. 1, 2, 3. Behringer's been eliminated. The first elimination in the match. Holy shit. And now, Team No Gods is down to 3. Behringer out. After I talked you up. I put you over on the pre-show. It could be a false finish, though. It could be. It could be. It's suspicious. Is Dean falsing us? Is this a falsie? It's not a falsie. It's the first elimination. The Knight of the Void is out. Sparrow tries to get into the fight, but Manson stops him, and he wants Eli in the ring. The Heir Eternal does as he's told. He enters the ring. Heads towards Van Chan with a clothesline. He turns to Mysterion, drops him chest first across the top rope. Rain looks him up and down, turns around. Both men meet in the middle of the ring, forever with the upper hand. A knee to the midsection and another. A whole bunch, some chops. He calls that the 7 sins. Rain is down. The Heir Eternal is met by Bruce Van Chan, who nails him with the chop of his own. He ducks underneath a clothesline. The German with the bridge. 1, 2, but no, Eli kicks out. Bruce is on fire. He almost eliminated a second man. He's back to his feet, but Rain drops him with the Russian leg sweep. The Outcast can't even get to his feet before Mysterion is there. Hurricane Rana into the middle rope. Right into the 619 territory. Mysterion heads across the ring. Thy Lord's Prayer, the Tilt-A-Whirl Gourd Buster by Eli. Forever. Eli is setting up to end this. Mysterion is up, but from behind it's David Manson. He spins him around, kicks him low, and drills him. The horror show, the double underhook running pile driver. If you could see Sparrow's face beneath his mask, you'd believe he was in shock. Manson slides to the outside, yelling into the crowd, "I'll do this by myself. Fuck him." Forever is down. And Mysterion covers 1, 2, 3. Eli Forever has been eliminated. Manson took out his own man. Damn it, Manson. The issue is not over between them at all. Manson screwing over Team No Gods. They're down to only 2. Manson and Sparrow. Are we going to see a team knocked out? Sparrow's in the ring. He doesn't even know what to do. Him and Bruce go into a lockup. Bruce spins Sparrow into Yahweh's corner, but the Last Hope sends Chan instead with a reversal. He tags Luther Creed in, who blocks the right hand and enters the ring. He beats Sparrow back to the rope, sends him across, and drops him with a big clothesline. Elsewhere, Rain has tagged in King Arthur, and one half of the Hounds is making a beeline towards his enemy. Creed looks up. He acts with a drop toe hold that crashes Arthur face first into the mat. He's ready to fight. Luther sidesteps Mysterion, who attempts a right hand, turning him around and scooping him up with a body slam. The Revolutionist to the ropes. The giant leg drop connects. Creed pops back up, but Sparrow is there with a drop kick to his knees. Takes his legs out from beneath him. Mysterion comes to, and the double team is on. Creed's down. The double DDT. Arthur's back up, and he wants another piece of Creed. He grabs Sparrow, tosses him over the top rope. Mysterion starts working away at his knees. Arthur grabs him into a headbutt. The cloaked conundrum stumbles. The King's Crossing, the running knee to Mysterion. But Creed is there. He nails a spear on Arthur. Luther starts beating the crap out of him with right hands. But through all of those blows, Sparrow is there. He nails Creed with a super kick to the back of the head. Sparrow into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Luther, Creed has been eliminated. Team Yahweh is down a man. Team No Gods is down 2 men. The other 2 teams are still intact. What a match thus far. What a match thus far. We're down 3 now. Team Freedom has lost Behringer and Eli, while Yahweh is down by 1 with Luther Creed. Chambers enters the ring in his place. He catches Sparrow, who leaps at him with a crossbody. He tosses him into the overhead suplex, but he's back up immediately, lumping Mysterion with a headbutt for good measure, stumbling him back into the corner where Nightstick brings the tag. Nightstick is in this match. Chamber grabs Arthur as he rises. The follow-away slam, but here comes Nightstick. He catches Chambers with Hard Justice, the clothesline from hell. Sparrow is back up. Hard Justice to Sparrow. Holy shit, Nightstick is handing out naps. Arthur's back up, running the King's Crossing, the running knee, but no, Nightstick clobbers him with another clothesline. Harder fucking Justice. Arthur is covered. 1, 2, 3. Nightstick is eliminated. King Arthur and Isaac Danvers is in the ring. Danvers angrily goes after Nightstick. He rams him into the corner. The Mad Doctor is making his point. He aggressively grabs him by the head, grabbing the giant hulk of a cop across the ring in one fell swoop. There's nothing that will stop Danvers right now. Nothing except Devon Chambers. Chambers spears him out of nowhere. He gets back up as Nightstick does, kicking him low, the pastoral plunge, the razor's edge. But Sparrow's on the top rope, the last beacon, the corkscrew, shooting star press onto Nightstick. Danvers is in the air. What? He's not a high flyer. The cure to Devon, the cure to Sparrow, a vicious elbow to the temple. He took them both out. Danvers covers them both. What? A double count. 1, 2, 3. Isaac Danvers is eliminated. Devon Chambers and Sparrow. David Manson is all alone on his team. Whoa. What a huge elimination from Isaac Danvers. Damn. Great spot. Amazing. Amazing moment. Amazing moment. And there's still people that haven't even been in the match. Game Boy and Troy Solvig have not been in this match yet. It is going down. Game Boy and Manson, they're all alone, I think. Is that right? I think that's right. I should have kept a list. Manson's alone, but he's a sick fuck, so he's happy. Nightstick is back up to his feet. And there's Game Boy. He nails level 1, the super kick to Nightstick. The cop is down. Game Boy runs. He nails the running shooting star press. He covers. 1, 2, 3. Nightstick has been eliminated. What the hell? Damn it. Mysterion doesn't even wait. He pulls himself onto the top rope. Springboards into the ring. Manson leaps. The neck breaker. The welcome to Manson Street. The mid-air neck breaker to Mysterion. Manson watches. Leaps behind him. Oh, wow, he caught him. Manson covers. 1, 2, 3. Mysterion has been eliminated. Damn it. We're down to the final 8, and here's what we got. For Team Death, Danvers, Rain, and Gallows. For the first Elysium Fields team, Troy and Xander. Bruce and Game Boy for Yahweh. And Manson remains for his team. The Elysium Fields team of death hold all the cards. All the cards. Gallows Lynch has been in the match. He started it, I think. Oh, man. Team Death is looking real good at this point. Whew. There's a lot going on here. A lot of action. I love it. Great match thus far. Now, Danvers, Game Boy, Manson, and Solvig, who's finally in the match. They're in the ring. Solvig towards Manson. He baseball slides beneath his leg, but Game Boy hits an enziguri. Danvers takes Manson into a side headlock. Down to his knees, Manson pushes him off into the ropes. Rain tags in. Isaac gets met with a boot. Game Boy drags Solvig to the corner. Rights and lefts being handed out. Remember, Solvig killed Game Boy. He uses his boot to hold the Viking there. Here comes Bruce. Teamwork. The Angel comes in. He snaps Troy down with a suplex. Rain punches Manson back into the ropes for the DDT, going for the brother mine, but no, the low blow by the Nightmare. Rain down to a knee. Dave hits the ropes with the knee, but Rain ducks. Rain gets back to his feet. Brother mine, DDT to Manson. Bruce off the top rope, shot through the heart. You're to blame. And darling, you give love a bad name. The 450, right on Rain, right on Manson. BVC covers. 1, 2, 3. No! Rain is kicked out. That was close. He gets back up, Bruce does, but he doesn't see Solvig. Valkyrie, the Superman punch. Bruce stumbles. Oh, he gets the jackhammer, the hammer of the gods. 1, 2, 3. Bruce Van Chan has been eliminated. Team Yahweh is down to 1. Game Boy, the last man standing. Hooey. And yeah, the team Death still full force. This is some shit here, boys. Video games to spread Christianity. Weren't there like a Bible adventure game on the NES? Either way, doesn't matter. There's more. Bruce gave it his all. Game Boy enters the ring with vigor. He spins Solvig around. But Troy sends him to the knees. Lights have went out. The lights are out. Where have they gone? The lights won't come back on. They're back, but wait a minute. Gallows Lynch is gone. Where the hell is he went? The fans can't believe it. Rain can't believe it. Danvers can't believe it. That son of a bitch must have upped and ditched his squad. Rain is up, but he stops dead. His eyes have widened. He walks towards the corner, his head tilted. And he says, "What happened?" He asks in complete and utter disbelief, talking to nothing. "Talk to me, Lynch. What the fuck is going on? Is Gallows Lynch dead? Did somebody just straight kill Gallows Lynch?" That's some shit. That's some shit. But from behind, Manson turns Rain. The running, the horror show. Manson covers 1, 2, 3. Rain. Rain is out. Rain has been eliminated. What is going on? Is Gallows Lynch is dead? Dead men can't win. Well, I mean, I guess they can, but he's not. He's gone. What is going on? Isaac Danvers is pretty pissed. He's trying to figure out what's going on. The lights go out again. Flutter. It can't be. It's not. It's not. The lights come on and it's him. He's here. Motherfucker, the Scarecrow is here. The Scarecrow is here. Hell yeah. Everyone is going insane. The tap room is going crazy. He's got Danvers by the throat. Bye, Birdie, the choke slam. Did the Scarecrow kill Gallows Lynch and take his place? Is that what Rain saw? Is that what changed this match? Fucking Scarecrow. The Scarecrow waits on the apron that once belonged to the men who treasured death. Troy slinks into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Isaac Danvers has been eliminated. And we're down to 5. Damn it. And no, that music wasn't an intentional spoiler. I didn't know. But it was perfect. It worked out perfect. Yes, the whole EF team is, well, I don't know. Is Scarecrow is taking Gallows Lynch place. That team is not eliminated. So we have 5 left. Scarecrow, Game Boy, Solvig. Is Manson still in the match? Gosh, I need a recap. Here's the recap. Xander and Troy, Game Boy, the Scarecrow, and David Manson. Woo! All right. The Scarecrow is in the ring. Xander's the only one on the apron. The advantage may go to the team he's captaining here, but the Scarecrow's fresh and isn't alive. He's whatever he is. Manson gets a punch. The haymaker from Scarecrow. Troy goes toe-to-toe with the monster. Their chests are puffed out. And, the Scarecrow says, "I've brought you a message, little birdie, from Yahweh himself." The Scarecrow is the one from the bench. But Troy with a headbutt. The Scarecrow stumbles. Troy with a clothesline, but the monster ducks. The choke slam, but no, Troy escapes. Game Boy rolls up Solvig. No, 1, 2, but a kick out. Manson spins the Scarecrow, kick to the gut. He goes for the horror show, but the Scarecrow hits the choke slam. Bye, Birdie. He covers. 1, 2, 3. David Manson has been eliminated. Team No Gods is now Team Not Winning. They have been eliminated. The Scarecrow, Game Boy. And now Troy and Xander for their team. Oh shit, it's going down. Whew. Man. Team Death is still alive. But if Scarecrow has been working with Yahweh, it's going to be 2-on-2 in some regards. Will Scarecrow win? Will Game Boy win? Will the other team win? There's only 3 teams left. Solvig throws Game Boy over the top rope and goes to meet Scarecrow. But if that's not who's there. A sword! A sword through the chest of Troy Solvig. Oh my god! It's Nightstick! Nightstick just drove the sword of justice through the chest of the Viking. It pierced his armor and his heart. Solvig looks at him with betrayal. And he says, "Justice has been served. Shadow sends his regards. Nightstick has betrayed Themis. No! Nightstick, you son of a bitch!" Game Boy, he hits the reset on the Viking. And he covers. 1, 2, 3, son of a bitch! Nightstick, you asshole! Damn it! So everybody in the ring is on Yahweh's team. But it doesn't matter. If Nightstick wins, his team wins. If Scarecrow wins, his team wins. And if Game Boy wins, his team wins. Did Troy die? We'll find out. The final 3, Xander, Scarecrow, and Game Boy. Oh, I forgot about Nightstick's out. Xander's the one that's in. Shit. The Scarecrow may not have, he may have taken Gallows' place, but he's on the side of Game Boy. Xander enters the ring with a gulp. His back's up against the wall. He ducks underneath a clothesline from Scarecrow. He drops the big man with a neck breaker. Game Boy attacks, though. He rolls away as Xander turns around. The button masher, the right hands. Game Boy goes for a drop kick, but the rocker ducks. He drop kicks Scarecrow. The stunner! The mic drop to Scarecrow. Xander gets back to his feet. No! Shit! The level 1, but Xander catches it. Spins him with another mic drop. He's laying out stunners. Xander with the cover. 1, 2, 3. Game Boy has been eliminated. Team Yahweh is gone. It is now Team Death with the Scarecrow. And Team Elysium Fields with Xander Zane. The captain survives to the end. Damn. Xander Zane is going to get his ass kicked. Damn. It doesn't look good for Xander here. It's Crow versus Zane. Should Xander Zane win, then his team will headline Over the Limit, and one of them will become the number 1 contender to Edward Newton. Should the Scarecrow win, whether he likes it or not, it'll be Rain versus Danvers versus Scarecrow versus King Arthur at Over the Limit. Both men are up. This is the first time they've ever been face to face. They lock up, Zane into a side headlock, but the Heyman pushes him to the ropes. He comes back, spine buster by the monster. But Crow doesn't cover, he pulls him back, slaps the hand around the throat. He goes for bye-bye birdie, but Xander drops. Kick to the gut, DDT. But Xander screws up. He's demanding, that the Scarecrow meet him face to face. The Heyman is up, kick to the gut. He goes for the mic drop, the stunner, but the Scarecrow scoops him. Zane is down. Russian leg sweep. But no, elbows by the Scarecrow. The Heyman whips him into the ropes. Big boot. Xander ducks. Goes for the crossbody. He nails it into the cover. 1, 2, but a kick out. The Rock God slides to the outside. He grabs a steel chair. He wants to put an end. But he gets met by a big boot. The chair goes into his face. It had to hurt the Scarecrow. Signals for the end, but Rain is here. Danvers and Arthur. What the hell are they doing here? Danvers nails him with the elbow to the skull. The Cure. Rain kicks him low. Brother mine. The Scarecrow bounces back up. He doesn't even know what's happening. The King's crossing running knee. All 3 of them laid out the monster. They're pissed. Zane crawls into the cover. 1, 2, 3. No! The Scarecrow kicks out. How did he kick out of that? Zane cannot believe it. He's back up. He grabs Crow by the head. He's going for the mic drop. But the Heyman comes alive. Hand around the throat. Bye, Birdie. But no! Zane drops down and catches him in midair. Then epic mic drop. He killed it with fire. The Scarecrow bounces away. That this one has to be over. Zane into the cover. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Xander Zane has eliminated the Scarecrow. What a match. Xander Zane, Nightstick, and Mysterion will be heading to Over the Limit to decide who faces Edward Newton for the championship. But what of Troy Solveig? What a match. Great job to Hayden. Thank you. I don't know if I'll be in the match, but I wish I was. Great work. Great work, guys. Congratulations to my team, I guess. But congratulations to Hayden for really rocking it out. Great promo, Hayden. And yes, the match was great, Dean. What an amazing match. Very epic. I'm glad we're doing this event. This should be a big hit every year. Epic is the word for it. Hell yeah. And I'd be real shocked if the show was over. Man. What a great match. Whew. Dean is available to answer questions after the show on Discord. Man, hell of a match. Some great performances there. I'd like to say everybody in this match got put over in some form or fashion. Yes, the hashtag continues. Hayden carried me, much as he has done many times. Woo! Great match. So much happened. The Scarecrow has got to have some kind of issue with the remaining members of his team. Rain and Scarecrow could be a hell of a feud. You know, I think every person in the match got a featured moment. Everybody looked good. I don't know who eliminated who in most of this, but I'd say everybody got to shine. Aha, we've got more. What's next? The Only Way. Sometime later, in the darkest recesses of Eli Forever's home, the aforementioned is rifling through some drawers with only a candle for light. He's searching for something in a place he isn't allowed to be. That's when a voice interrupts him and says, "You shouldn't have done that." Mr. Manson interrupts. There's going to be repercussions. And Eli says, "You can't kill her. Without her, you don't have any leverage. Without her, this whole charade collapses." Hell yeah. Eli showing his smarts. But David says, "You're right, the longer I keep her, the longer I have control." And he's taken the courtesy of making her disappear. And Eli is a little upset by that. But Manson says that he'll get regular contact to keep him in line. But after what Newton did, or what he did with Newton, he's forced Manson's hand. He's looking forward to a long and fruitful relationship. Manson cockily walks out of the room, leaving Forever to contemplate his dire situation. For a moment, he pauses before returning to the drawers. When he finally finds the document he's looking for, he smiles. But a voice interrupts from the shadows and says, "Are you sure you want to use that?" Forever says it's the only way. Judah, his brother, says you'll turn the eternal river red with blood, brother. Red Rivers, there may be no coming back. Eli stares at him and says, then so be it. Cut. Is that the end? What is Forever going to do? What is Eli going to do? What is his plan? What document did he find? What is next? Now listen, do not take my Red River comment. That's what this is referring to. Oh, there's one more. And we'll cap this show off. Been a hell of a show. This may be one of my new fave pay-per-views. All right, last segment with the Chief. With the Chief. And it's entitled Massacre. Okay. Elysium Field screams. Howling, terrifying, howling screams fill the air as we're open to a scene of destruction. The windows outside their hotel are shattered and broken. Blood, entrails, and bloodied masses litter the floors, walls, and ceilings. Something or someone has torn down the insides of this sanctuary. There's a panicked, breathless sound of someone running down the halls trying to escape the carnage. It's Themis. And he says, or she says, please, no, please. I'm begging you, please. Slash. The camera cuts to one side just as blood sprays the wall behind her. She slumps to the floor, her throat slit from side to side and blood spewing from her wound. Rapidly pulling at the now slumped body on the floor. This god is down. The gloved hand reaches inside her chest. And it pulls something out. Her soul. Your soul is mine. We turn to see bodies littering the hall. Shezmu is dead. Fortuna is dead. And Odin is stood in the corner staring at us. He grabs at the door handle, trying to open it, but nothing seems to be working. And he says, how did you find us? How did you get past our warding? The sound of something trundling towards him echoes loudly, but a flash of white light appears. It's so powerful that it blinds us all. And when it fades, Odin is gone. But the carnage remains. There's blood and viscera in every corner. Someone or something terrible has slaughtered gods. It's a massacre. Who survived? Well, shit. Gods have been murdered. Odin seems to still be alive, perhaps rescued by Yahweh. Whatever is coming has come, and it slaughtered the gods. Damn. Leaving just a few powerful gods left. There is no more that I have. I imagine this is our cliffhanger to cap off this amazing show. Damn. I don't even know what to say. Lots of great things happened here. We've got stuff coming out of this show. Red Wings got him a partner. Manson and Forever have greater issues. Xander Zane, Nightstick, and Mysterion will face off to see who will be Edward Newton's #1 contender. And the gods have been slaughtered. Well, damn it. Troy Solvig may be dead. forward to working with you too, Chris. Fantastic show. Hope everybody enjoyed it. If you were here and lurking, then feel free to chime in sometime if you join us again. I'm not sad. I'm sad the show's over. Wait, I guess that means I'm sad. And I just messed up my chat. Erner. Now everybody's color changed because I refreshed the chat window. Oh, man. Hope everybody enjoyed. Just waiting for the confirmation that we're done. I assume we are, and that's our cliffhanger. Yes. MK references. I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. All right, we are done. Dean is confirmed. That is the end of the show. And what a show it was. Thanks to everybody who showed up, who came here and participated, whether you could the whole night or not. And thanks to anybody who watches this on YouTube or Twitch. I'm actually, when I'm done with this, once I sign off, I'm heading upstairs to go to bed. I maybe see my wife before she goes to bed. So there won't be any links up tonight. I'll do all that tomorrow. And hopefully there will be some cool shit to come. I have a feeling there will be. Lots of questions coming out of this event. I'm really curious to see what happens next. Once again, thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks to Dean for doing this. And we'll be back with a live show for Pandemonium. But everybody have a great night. Great week. Let's keep up the momentum. Let's keep it going. And see y'all next time.